Warframe is a fast, stylish, and endlessly replayable action game that shines through its fluid movement and satisfying combat. The moment you start chaining bullet jumps, slides, and acrobatic attacks, the game's unique rhythm takes over, making every mission feel energetic and smooth. Its world is rich with lore and atmosphere, gradually revealing a surprisingly emotional story as you progress, even though the opening hours can feel simple at first. The game offers an enormous amount of content: new warframes to unlock, weapons to craft, quests to explore, and open areas to roam, yet it rarely feels restrictive because almost everything can be earned through gameplay. The community is welcoming, and the developers consistently update and expand the experience, keeping it fresh even after many years. Warframe can be overwhelming at the start, especially with its deep modding and crafting systems, but once those pieces click, the game becomes incredibly rewarding. It's a free-to-play title that respects the player's time and curiosity, delivering a memorable blend of speed, style, and long-term progression that few other games match. Palia is a warm, relaxing, and welcoming life sim adventure that focuses less on pressure and more on the joy of community and discovery. From the moment you arrive in its cozy world, the gentle music, soft art style, and friendly characters create a sense of comfort that makes the game feel like a peaceful escape. Whether you're foraging in the woods, fishing by a quiet lake, decorating your home, or chatting with villagers, everything unfolds at a calm, enjoyable pace. The game encourages you to build your own routine, gathering resources, improving your skills, exploring new areas, and gradually shaping your house into a reflection of your personality. Progression feels steady and satisfying, and the social elements add a nice layer of warmth, letting you share the experience with others without ever feeling forced or competitive. Once Human is an eerie, atmospheric survival shooter that blends strange cosmic horror with a gritty post-apocalyptic world. From the moment you step into its twisted landscapes, the mix of ruined cities, mutated creatures, and surreal anomalies creates a sense of tension that never fully leaves, giving the game its own unmistakable flavor. Exploration feels rewarding as you uncover odd mysteries and gather materials to craft better gear, slowly turning yourself from a fragile wanderer into a capable survivor. Combat is punchy and satisfying, with weapons that feel impactful and enemies that push you to stay alert. As you advance, the game opens up with base building, progression, and co-op elements, letting you carve out a space that feels truly your own while still encouraging interaction with other players. The social aspects add fun moments. Vigor is a tense, atmospheric looter shooter that thrives on the feeling of risk and reward. Every encounter you enter carries real weight, because what you bring into a match and what you find while exploring can be lost in an instant. That constant pressure creates a gripping rhythm where every footstep, every distant gunshot, and every decision feels meaningful. The game's slower, more deliberate pace sets it apart from typical shooters. Instead of rushing into battles, you're encouraged to listen, plan, and pick your fights wisely. The maps are rugged and moody, capturing a bleak post-war Norway that feels both beautiful and hostile. When you do engage in combat, weapons feel grounded and heavy, rewarding careful aim and quick thinking. Outside encounters, the home base system adds a satisfying sense of progression, upgrading your shelter, crafting better equipment, and slowly improving your odds gives you a reason to keep pushing into the Outlands. Beached is a laid-back survival experience that leans heavily into exploration, crafting, and the simple pleasure of carving out a life on a deserted island. From your first moments on the shore, the game sets a calm yet intriguing tone: sunlit beaches, rustling trees, and the quiet sense that the island holds more secrets than it first appears. It invites you to slow down, gather what you can, and gradually turn scattered resources into tools, shelter, and eventually a home that feels hard-earned and personal. Progression is steady and satisfying. Each new crafting recipe, each upgrade, and each discovery adds a small spark of accomplishment. The island encourages you to wander, and the world supports that with a gentle atmosphere that feels peaceful even when the environment pushes back. There's a pleasant rhythm to exploring by day, preparing by night, and watching your little setup grow into something meaningful. At times, tasks can feel familiar or repetitive. Bred Hedgeho continues the quirky, darkly humorous space survival adventure of its predecessor. Set among floating debris and shattered stations, the game blends absurd comedy with tense, atmospheric exploration. Gathering resources, managing oxygen, and upgrading gear create a satisfying rhythm that keeps the gameplay engaging while letting the strange, chaotic universe shine. The game's charm comes from its personality, sarcastic narration, bizarre scenarios, and odd characters make every discovery memorable. While some tasks can feel repetitive, the mix of exploration, problem-solving, and offbeat humor makes Bred Hedgeho to a uniquely entertaining and memorable space adventure. Will to Live Online is a tense, post-apocalyptic MMO that combines survival, shooting, and looter mechanics in a harsh, open-world environment. From the start, the game immerses you in a bleak, dangerous world where every encounter carries real risk, and scavenging for weapons, gear, and resources becomes a constant test of strategy and caution. Combat is deliberate and challenging, rewarding careful planning and teamwork while punishing careless decisions. The game's progression loop, improving your character, upgrading equipment, and exploring new zones keeps players engaged and invested in survival. While some systems can feel grind-heavy and the learning curve is steep, Will to Live Online succeeds at creating a tense,
Hey everyone, we're so excited to show you Heartland, an all-new standalone adventure in the Division universe. Made some games that we love. We're so excited to bring something new to fans of the franchise. Heartland's a free-to-play survival action shooter set in the Division universe that features streamlined survival gameplay and a beautiful new world to explore. You play as a Division agent, given the task of protecting Silver Creek, a small town in Middle America, from enemy factions, rogue agents, and a deadly contamination. This game ties directly into the timeline and introduces all new characters and storylines to the franchise. Heartland feels fresh and distinct while still feeling at home alongside the other amazing games in this universe.
I got a good feeling about this one.
You always do.
Almost looks peaceful from here. Almost.
Oh, it's heaven compared to topside. Wasps, lemurs, bastions. I don't care where you've been before, you ain't seen nothing like the Rust Belt, kid.
The selling those bastion parts kept us afloat for a month.
Yeah, sure, a month, but you can't make money unless you know what you're doing.
Ark Raiders is a fast-paced cooperative action game that drops players into a vibrant sci-fi world filled with alien threats and high-tech weaponry. The gameplay emphasizes teamwork and strategic combat, rewarding players who coordinate abilities and plan their attacks carefully. Movement and combat feel fluid, making every encounter dynamic and exciting, while the variety of missions keeps the experience fresh. The game's visuals and level design create an engaging, immersive universe, and progression through gear and abilities feels satisfying. While it can be challenging for newcomers and some encounters may feel repetitive, Ark Raiders delivers an intense, cooperative experience that's both thrilling and rewarding. Dysterra plunges players into a post-apocalyptic world where survival is key. Scavenging for resources, crafting weapons and armor, and building a base are essential as you navigate a dangerous environment filled with both AI threats and other players. The game combines PvP combat with exploration, making every encounter tense and rewarding. Progression feels satisfying as you upgrade gear, expand your base, and experiment with different strategies to survive. The freedom to approach the world however you like, whether stealthily scavenging, fortifying a stronghold, or engaging in firefights, adds depth and replayability. The crafting and building systems give each small achievement a meaningful impact on your survival. The game isn't without its challenges. Technical issues, bugs, and PvP balance problems can disrupt the experience, making some encounters frustrating. Despite these rough edges, Dysterra offers a tense, immersive, and ambitious survival shooter that will appeal to players.